copied in the bottom. Myst was very, very original and different back in the day. It was very, like, too big for a lot of our brains. Now it's too big for a lot of people's brains nowadays. I remember I did not get this book, this thing at all. Yeah, this is remistered. This is RealMyst, Masterpiece Edition. It's the base game, just better graphics. Unfortunately, this is the only one that's of this quality. The others are, unfortunately, 740 by 480p. Alright, the cabin. I gotta write this down with my pencil. Okay, I need to write. Okay, cabin. Let's get this man some stationery. What is pen and paper? I don't know what that is. Do you ever go so long without writing you like forget how sometimes? You're like, or your writing is just so bad. It looks like you have like a child's handwriting that you just haven't written in forever. Like, my God, how do I form these letters? Okay, looks like there's only one more access key, which is the spaceship. Alright, so let's look at the spaceship. Well, I remember in elementary school, the teachers was like, okay, we're gonna learn, kids, you have to learn how to use cursive. When you get out of school, you're gonna write in nothing but cursive. It's the only, like, acceptable form of writing. Bullshit! Bullshit. That was such bullshit. No one used cursive outside of a signature. Ever. 59 volts. Outside of signing for something, I don't ever use cursive for anything, ever. If the letter isn't in my name, I don't know how to write it anymore. Hell, you're like, you ever find yourself signing credit card slips with something more akin to a scribble than a signature? Or hell, sometimes just like, just like a line. As you get fancy and draw shapes. Alright, right. Well, we have a date. A couple of dates, actually. Let's see what happens when we use these dates. Let's see here. All right, so October. October 11th, 1984. At 10:04 a.m. Wait. Maybe this will work better now. Oh wait, it's 1984. Whoops. It's like a kite, maybe? Alright, then the other one was January 17th, 12:07 at 5:46 a.m. I like to imagine that the guy that's playing just needs to go poop, and he has to do all this just to solve the puzzle to go to the bathroom. Let's see. Alright, then that looks like, I don't know. Don't know how that is. Okay. And the last one was November 23rd. Wow. 9791. Way in the future. 6:57 p.m. Looks like a uterus. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Well, okay then. There were some books in here. Let's see. The Channel Wood, the Stone Ship Age, Sun Symbol. Before arriving in this age, was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world. I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of travel in the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout posts' attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ship continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. Sorry. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. The 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save civilization and stop the enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I've met the remaining survivors today and began work on a plan for protection. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be of great help in this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We're building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I'm very pleased with their intelligence and their creativity. It's refreshing to see, as they work on some small products of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky were here like the blue sky in Myst. TM. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel like we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways. I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between 3 hills, which are now only islands due to rising water level that people experience after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my visits to Apamir. It will be working in a couple days after I compensate for more small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. Power. Track slope. The enemy is due to come soon. I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. Track. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Last night we had a small celebration. The old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons didn't understand why the sky had not turned back to the original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and begun to work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first, I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease their pain of their bone ailments they have long endured. I hope to return to the mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. Okay, then. Did you know there's a whole library? Most of the books are burnt. And unreadable. Let's see. That's not what I'm looking for. I need the... I need Constellate. Oh, wait. This is the... Should be a book of constellations somewhere. Oh, here we go. Constellations. Let's see. The constellations that we had were not that. Okay, snake is one of them. The uterus is a spider. Okay. And leaf. Snake, spider, leaf. Snake, spider, leaf. Spider. Okay. Alright, okay. Well, and then before I forget, we need to do 59 volts in here. Let's see. 59 volts. Oh, I gotta reset the breaker. Let's go reset the breaker. And thank you so much, Zerlik, for the brand new sub, 42 months. I mean, not brand new, for the 51-month sub. And then the brand new sub from Delete Option. Thank you for subbing with Twitch Prime. Now, Deleption, or Delete Option, what is going to be your first ever sub emote? And Spit Tango, thank you for 10 months. Thank you very much. The Myst world's fascinating. I've never played Riven, the sequel to Myst. I hear it's really good too. I need to try it sometime. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. It was delete. Aw. Delete option. Oh my gosh, delete option. Whoops. That's what it is, delete option. Not option. They're not in chat anymore. They subbed and left, and that's fine. Alright, let's see. 59. Can't go over 59. Yep, the old sub and run. I know, I broke it again. I don't have a degree in electricity or whatever. Scythius and Ristilia, thank you for those subs. Sithless saying, Dan Mine. Thank you. Thank you. A wild Brendo. Let's see, a wild Brendo. Following since July, have never uttered a single word in chat. Uber lurker, which is fine. A wild Brendo. What is going to be your first ever sub emote? I know, first sub emote and first message. I'm bad, you're worse. Thank you for the 8-month resub. That adds 9, 16, 19, 2, 22, 1, 10, 5, 9. And adds 3. No! Damn it. It's too much. Oh, man. Damn. It's gonna be a toughie. This game is old. You're old. Alright, let's go up. Yeah, we're playing RealMyst, which is the remake, so it looks pretty. The word is classic. Well, your face is classic as fuck. So classic. Well, the problem is I don't have pen and paper. So I have to do this with my mind. Eight, 22, 19, 16. 16, 19 is 35. Plus 22 is 57. And then 2. Well, now the ship should be powered on. Okay, then. Thank you, Barlow, for the 10-month resub. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Okay. That one will probably require a clue from the book, I'm sure. Alright, let's go over here. I hate music puzzles so much because sometimes they are really hard to figure out. Like, the difference between two notes is so minor, it's hard to tell, like, which one it is. Oh, the thing had 221, I think. Wait, what? Okay, that looks like that probably opened the door then? Let's go take a look. Hello, Marlin24. Thank you for the 6-month resub. You're freaking awesome. Thank you. Let's go up and see. Okay, then. It showed blue skies. This is not that.